Autumn is moving on, and the few leaves left on the trees do their best to shine brightly before they fall. Time to feed and cover the rhubarb. I use rotted stable manure for nourishment and barley straw for protection. I make sure not to cover the rhubarb plant itself too thickly. I still want some light to reach it so that it can start growing again soon.
Hello. Hello. Hi guys.
The harvest still continues. High time to pick some sloe berries from our blackthorn bushes before they shrivel up and fall off. They go into a bottle with gin and sugar to make tasty sloe gin for the long winter evenings in front of the fire. This is a good time to trim the rose bushes and feed them with horse manure. We take the straw mulch off one of the beds as I want to try to overwinter it with green manure.
Look at all these little hoppy things.
It's amazing to see all the insects benefiting from the mulch, living a happy life, it seems, under the blanket of straw. In preparation of planting the oats,
I have to take over again.
One of my children's groups helped me make a scarecrow. He likes to lean on his rake though most of the time and doesn't get much else done. The raking is left up to me to prepare a nice fine seed bed.
A fine bed for putting seeds in, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree, Mrs. Scarecrow? Do you approve? Supervisor Bob? Hello, Bob? I think so. Better get the oats then.
A quick group selfie, then back to work. These oats are from my father-in-law. He grew them in his garden in Wexford. I broadcast them, then rake them into the soil lightly, and then cover them with fine netting to protect them from the birds. That's the plan anyway.
Comes Tim.
What a lovely day.
It is a gorgeous day, isn't it? There's still lots of things growing in the garden, Tim.
Show me.
The garden is still abundant with flowers and greens, kale, nasturtiums, evening primrose, hydrangea, a little hazel bush grows here as well. I must replant this in a better place. And there are still sunflower seeds left. The first frost arrives after a clear starry night. And everything is covered with tiny ice crystals. even the scarecrow. Time to shift the compost. I use some of the soil for broad beans, which I start off in the tomato shed. And which will grow over winter and get a nice early start next spring. The rest of the compost is spread on one of the vegetable beds. The next job is to shift one of the other heaps into the empty compartment where it will rot a bit more. There are all sorts of things to be found in a compost heap. A young avocado plant. Some potatoes, which must have grown from a cut-off piece from our kitchen waste. I'm glad I left all the flower stalks with their seed heads standing, a feast for the birds. The scarecrow lost his head in the frost. And what have we got here? It turns out the bird netting isn't bird-proof at all. It is a minor challenge for determined hungry feathered friends, and all that's left are the husks. Someone's going to bed with a full tummy tonight. Ah well, we live and learn.